master experts are responsible for managing categories and final decisions for questions, answers, and pending questions, which are suggestions. Let us start by creating a new category. So the list of categories could be seen here. A new one could be added. Edited. And deleted if it's no longer necessary. Categories could be searched from their descriptions. It works in the same way as for any other listing views or table views that are available in the system. Let us now go and see how pending question management works. In previous video for country experts, we have accepted a question suggestion and added an English translated to it, then set the status as propagated so that it will become available to the master expert who will review the question and either send it back by setting the status to pending or mark it as completed or cancelled. Let's open the dialog and see. So the master experts can also make changes to the question text itself and the English translation, and also change the status back to pending, mark it as not completed, which would create a new question out of the pending one, or mark it as cancelled, which would mean that this question suggestion is not really needed in the system, and that would be it for it. Let us choose the status of completed so that it would create a new question. Yes, it is also possible to delete any pending questions from the system. So the pending question has now been marked as completed, and a new question was created in the system based on the data from pending question. Although this question will not be seen in the question list that master expert sees, because the status of that question is still in translation. This takes us to another capability of master experts. Master expert can, so to say, emulate the view for any of the language experts in the system. Let's do that for Estonian. So we now see the dialogues or the view for the country selfie expert for Estonia or Estonian language in this case. So we still see the pending questions. We see that it has been marked as completed. So there is no way to make any changes, only a possibility to delete it. And there is the question that has been created based on that. We see that it has two languages, English and Estonian. It doesn't have an answer yet, and it's missing category. And the status is in translation. We could, for example, edit it, make some changes. Let's choose the language category and search for some kind of answer to it. Let's choose some kind of answer that we already have in the system. Let's select it. There is also a possibility to create new answer without leaving this dialog, as it has been shown in the country expert video. And the status could be set to translated so that the question would be made available for both master experts and would be made usable for the chatbot. So the chatbot requires the status for both question and connected or selected answer to be at least translated. So the top level status for those is called published, and it requires translations for all the languages and an additional approval made by the master expert. So we've changed it. There is an answer, and we can go back to the master expert view to see the change. It is also important to notice that master experts could act as if they were a country expert for any of the countries or in reality languages, and they could, let's say, fulfill both roles if that is needed. So we see that there is this question. We see that the answer is there. So it's here, it has the answer. We see that it's still missing translation for all the other languages, which would prevent the master expert from setting it as published. Working with answers is the same as working with questions. So the master expert is only shown the English text, the date of creation, languages that answer or question is translated to. Again, answers have a button for showing all of the questions that are related to this answer, with an additional capability of making changes in place, and the search would work as it works everywhere else in the system. This is mostly it for the master expert, which still leaves an additional capability of showing statistics for all the answers and questions, or questions and answers in the system. So we see that there are 1,150 questions in the system. All of them have been, so to say, translated in English, as English is the base language. There are 69 answers, and all of them are again translated to English, and the same number is made available to the chatbot so that it would be updating its data banks. So there is the information here that explains it. So we see that Estonia only has 3 questions translated and 2 answers translated, with 3 pairs of question answer being made available to the chatbot. The statistics could be seen at any point in time.